I wanted to make this video really quick to kind of recount what happened today. I'm trying to do that, like remind myself what happened throughout the day, even though it is in my memory, what happened, I think recounting it is important as well, you know, maybe for people out there as well, because I am, I am on a full court press right now. I am picking up the pace, and God knows it, you know. Um, and in that full court press, I've gone to another Christian church, a Baptist church today. And I make these decisions on the fly. I do, for obvious reasons, No one can anticipate when I'm coming, basically. No one can anticipate my forward movement, basically, till it's already there, basically. So, anyways, the reason I found out about this Baptist church is this guy at the mall that walks around with a walker, a stroller with wheels, a walker. I'm not sure what's all wrong with him, but he's a really nice guy. He walks around the mall with a sign that says you must be born again, And I've been talking to him a lot more lately than normal. Usually I talk to Marvin mostly, but this guy I've been talking to more at the same time, So I believe God's hit me with multiple people at the same time, basically, through different ways, I think God really wants me to be born again or something, save me, basically. Seems to be the theme, you know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn. So everything I did in the cult didn't count for being saved, I guess. It didn't count, Everything I did in the cult growing up didn't count for me being saved, It was all for nothing, I guess. All the works, I guess, didn't count or something. Lest I boast, I guess, But anyways, so I was talking. So this guy, his name's John, walking with the stroller, the walker, and he's a really nice guy. I thought about this today. I really did. I wish my soul was as genuine, like as good as his. Like, I'm not that good, like kind to people like he is. Not even close, And that's what I thought about. I'm like, God damn, he's way ahead of me. And being like, his heart's better than mine. It is, I don't care what's wrong with him, The people that society sees as like mentally handicapped or something like that, they have the best souls. They do. They have the best souls, 100%. That's what I've learned in life, They have the best souls, So I think there might be something to that, Like somebody told me once that all that mentally handicapped, of this world, all of them were heavy hitters basically in heaven. You know what I mean? And they didn't need to live this life, as a normal human, basically. You know what I mean? Like growing up. So, and I think there's a lot of truth to that. They're already saved. they're here for us. You know what I mean? I truly believe that, and I feel like that God does too. So this guy is named John. You know, he was there at the church. And I was like, I came here because of you, man, because you said I had a beautiful smile. He said I had a beautiful smile. I'm like, I'm sold. You know, done. Because um, it's different when someone like him says uh, that I have a beautiful smile. Coming from someone, with a with that, uh, it's legit. He's not bullshitting me. You know, and God knows that. Uh, he knows I can tell when someone's telling the truth and it's genuine. You know what I mean? God knows I can do that. Like, like if someone was just bullshitting me and just said I had a beautiful smile, just didn't mean it. You know what I mean? I can tell that. But with John, I could tell he was sincere. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, sold. So I took his pamphlets and stuff, and that's the reason I went to the Baptist church. It was him, 100%. Never would have gone to a Baptist church ever if it wasn't for John. Saying I had a beautiful smile. So, um, so, uh, but anyway, I didn't think that would get me emotional. I didn't think so. But that kind of stuff does when it's genuine. So, because God knows how much I don't like myself. Uh, God saw my life. He knows. Uh, I wasn't talked to very well. By my family, my parents. So I hate myself. Mainly because of how I was treated growing up. Anyways, so I didn't mean to get emotional on this one. So So when someone shows me real kindness, real decency, like John did today, it means something, you know, because God knows I didn't grow up around decency, kindness. I grew up around cruelty, harshness. God knows that. And God knows because of that, I saw myself less than human. Like some monster, you know, some freak. You know. So, so for anybody that was treated like they were less than human most of their life, like they were some leper, try not to get try not to get emotional, but it's real. I understand if you were treated less than human most of your life. And I feel like that's one of the reasons, you know, the way I was treated so badly is the reason I'm like, Jesus, heal me. Because they're treating me like some leper. There's something wrong with me. So, you know, and I just thought of that, you know. But it's true, you know. Just like, heal what's wrong with me so they don't treat me like this, you know. Treat me like, yeah. So that might be what Jesus is trying to tell me is like, there's nothing wrong with you. Whole time. Like, why? Jesus is like, why are you asking me to heal you? There's nothing wrong with you. That's how I feel. You know, so, anyways, uh, uh, I'm always like, well, they keep saying there's something wrong with me. They keep treating me like there's something wrong with me. So fix it, Jesus. Fix it. You know, heal what's wrong with me. That they just keep treating me like this, you know. If you would fix it, they wouldn't treat me this way. It's pretty much what I've always felt, you know. So anybody that treats me with kindness in real life, it affects me. It does. Like genuine kindness. It's impactful. 100%. Because I was treated so badly and seen so badly through most of my life that I was like, that's one of the reasons I had issues with God. It is. You know. And this is no bullshit. This is not a bullshit line that I'm gonna say. When I was suffering, growing up, in the midst of all this, you know, growing up around this family, I was like, and they were treating me the way that they were. I seriously said this, you know, I wish I was talking to God, and this is no bullshit. He knows this is true, especially if I'm alive right now. He knows this is true. You know, I'm like, I wish you were in my position, God, and I was watching you down here. I was watching you suffer down here. It's true. That's what I said to God. I'm like, I wish you were in my position. You were the one suffering right now. And I was watching you and doing nothing. Doing nothing. I was just watching you suffer. Like I felt God was just watching me suffer and doing nothing. You know? So I said that most of my life, just like I wish God was in my position right now so I could watch him suffer. So, anyways. But maybe he was in my position because I'm alive. Remember how I said Jesus suffered my whole life? I think he did suffer my whole life. I think Jesus suffered my entire life. The whole thing. The whole thing. That's the only way I'm alive right now. Is Jesus suffered everything. Jesus was strangled like I was at the same time. You know, all these things, Jesus went through it. 100%. That's the only way I'm alive right now. That's the only way I'm alive. Is Jesus went through all that. He knew exactly what I went through. 100%. You know, when I felt betrayed by God, he felt betrayed by God as well. Same thing, same time, you know. Yeah, same shit. So I say, Jesus knows exactly how I feel. He knows exactly what I went through. Exactly. And I hate that in a way because I used to think he didn't get it. I used to think he didn't understand what it was like to be me. He didn't understand anything I went through. Like there was a disconnect, but you know, it seems like he does. You know, So I know he was talking through John to me, Jesus was, you know, you know, to tell me I had a beautiful smile, even though I don't really smile that much, yeah. But I was smiling just now, I was watching a comedy with Rob Schneider, the animal. He's all acting like an animal because he has animal parts in him. I told you I'd buy some Rob Schneider movies. I've never had Rob Schneider movies my whole life. I told you I'd buy some Rob Schneider movies because of how he turned to Jesus. He came to Jesus. Yeah. Or Jesus found him, basically. So that's why I bought his movies. And so he's actually pretty funny, especially when he's acting like an animal, different animals, It's pretty funny stuff. And I thought about this growing up. I've always liked comedies, always, I've always liked to laugh. So, so I've kind of always wanted to kind of be like a comedian, or like be funny, Like most of my life, I've always loved comedies. I've always wanted to be like them. Like, whose line is it anyways? Just like making shit up on the fly, basically. Whatever that's called. You like making stuff up as you go. That shit's pretty funny. I've always wanted to do that. And I thought about that because most of my life I've never done the jobs I wanted to do. Most of my life, except like doing YouTube is kind of a fun job. It's more fun than my real job. My real job is boring. But I don't know what else to do. But I wish I could be a comedian. I do. But I know I can make people laugh. I know I can. I know I can. I've always been able to make people laugh. But, so that's what I realized today. That humor is pretty important to me. Funny stuff. Rob Schneider's pretty funny, acting like an animal and stuff. He's like, all acting like a dolphin in the air, And he's like, being all attracted to a goat, Yeah, trying to put the moves on the goat, I know it's bad. But anyways, I'm kind of going off topic here, but yeah, this John guy, um, you don't come across people that are like legit souls, like good souls, genuine. You don't come across it very much. You don't. I don't care what he's going through. I don't care what's wrong with him. There's things wrong with me. I don't care. God knows. I'm CPTSD is, I consider it handicap, 100% as well. So I'm handicapped too. So, but anyways, enough about that. Shouldn't see myself like that, but wish there wasn't things wrong with me. I wish there wasn't, but there is. There's beauty in the flaws, beauty in the flaws. That's what I thought about today. There's beauty in the flaws. Beauty in the imperfections, just I feel inferior in a way to people that are genuine, like have good souls, you know, because like I can compare when someone's soul is more pure than mine. I know that, you know, and I'm like shit, so I feel inferior. I'm like, damn it. So it sucks, you know, when you come across a better soul than yours, basically, when you come across it, you know. But anyways, um, so yeah, I went to the Baptist church because God knows I don't know how this is gonna work out. So I'm just going blitzkrieg, you know, different places to get more encouragement, more support, something. You know, I'm searching for something to give me some ground, you know, underneath me, you know, some hope, something, you know. And I think God knows that's what I'm doing, you know, looking for allies, basically, like true allies that really want to help me, you know, on this path, basically, like in real time. People help trying to help me in real time, physical, real time, present moment. People trying to help me. That's what I'm looking for to keep me going, because God knows, like, he knows, like, I don't really want to keep going. You know, part of me doesn't really want to keep going. He knows I'm beaten, battered. I thought I'd be fully healed by now. I'm not. You know, I thought my mind would be fully healed by now. It's not. You know. So I'm like looking for any kind of hope of any kind, grounding, support, anything to keep me going. Just keep me going, you know. So, but I realized something, like um, the Baptist church felt a lot like sitting in the Mormon church growing up. The same kind of feel, and I hate that kind of feel. That emptiness, drudgery, you know, a hollow church, you know. You can hear a cricket go across the ground, basically, you know. But the risk of going into a church is everybody notices the new person, so they got to meet up with the new person, you know. You can't just go in there without being noticed. You know what I mean? Like I want. I just want to sit there, you know, listen to the spiel and get out. But that never happens. So I'm learning my manners, you know, and learn how to talk to people still, you know. I think I'm getting better with the communicating with people. I've gotten a lot better. You know, before I didn't talk much to anybody, you know, just in out, you know. But but anyways, um, but like this is what I thought about. This is no joke. This is what I thought about most of my life, being in churches. Most of my life, I never felt comfortable. Never felt like I belonged. You know what I mean? I've always not wanted to be at a church ever. You know, that's why I hate church. I don't like it. You know, it's like it's not because I'm evil, but I just don't like it. You know, so I got that kind of feel. So if you've never felt like you belong at church ever, I understand. I understand that really well. I do. You know, I'm like I've never felt like I belonged at church. I never feel comfortable at church ever. You know, it's always awkward. You know, except one of the Christian churches, I feel a little more comfortable. But besides that one, you know, but this one, uh, the way the Baptists do stuff, it felt like I was at a Mormon church. It did, and I don't like that. But I don't know. God knows I'm trying to overcome some things somehow. You know, my bad habits, basically. So that kind of thing got brought up. You know, the overcoming like a bad habit of yours. You know. that's what God was trying to tell me. He's like, try to overcome this habit. And these habits of yours, they're getting in the way. I'm like, shit. I'm like, why does God have to watch me? Why does God have to know everything about me? God damn it. I'm not a saint, all right? I never claimed to be a saint or a Christian. I never claimed that. So, God damn it. I just cope the best I can with life, which is, tough. Life is tough for me, It is. Life has always been tough for me. It's been hard on this planet for me, all around. All around, it's been tough, So, to the point where I'm like, God, just get me out of here. I don't know what I'm doing on this planet. I've never known what I'm doing here. But I feel like I kind of have more of a direction now. I feel like I'm on kind of a direction finally in this life towards something, a purpose of some kind. I finally feel that. Maybe God's saving me. Like being saved, being born again. Maybe that's what's happening. I don't know. So I don't know if I'll keep going to the Baptist church or not. I'm not sure. It's tough when you're around people that are more, they have a better soul than yours. It's tough. They're more genuine than you. Like shit. I don't want to face that. Anyway, but it's funny how a lot of people have Bible names like Ezekiel. Even I have a Bible name, Adam. That's why I realized like all these people in religion have Bible names. They're introducing themselves. They have a Bible name like Paul or something. Ezekiel, and, all Bible names. That's what I noticed as well. We all got Bible names. Strong Bible names. But anyways, so yeah. So there's more than one person at the mall that God talks through to me, for sure. It's just you got Marvin, Magical Marvin, gives me blessings in the mall. Probably God giving me blessings, something. And then I got John, as well. A true disciple of Jesus. John is, definitely more so than me. Jesus knows I'm not the best Jesus follower that's ever been seen. I'm not. I'm not the best Jesus follower that's ever been seen. It's almost so bad that people are like, you're a bad guy still. I don't care what you say. You're a bad guy still. Jesus is helping me. You're a bad guy though. But Jesus is helping me. So I'm like, shit. So Jesus is helping someone that everybody saw as bad. It's no bullshit. He's helping someone that most people saw as bad most of my life. Me, a bad guy. My family of origin saw me as bad, evil. Many people saw me as bad. Jesus is helping someone like that right now, that everybody saw as bad. You know what I mean? Like bad to the core. Jesus is trying to help someone like that. You know what I mean? That nobody thought Jesus would help someone as bad as me. You know what I mean? Listen to heavy metal. Jesus would help someone that listens to heavy metal. Apparently. Jesus would help someone with all these bad habits. I guess so. Yeah. Yeah. Even I'm confused why Jesus helps me still. Even I am. You know. Even I am. I'm like, because this is no joke. I thought Jesus was on my family side. You know what I mean? I did. I thought he was on my family side. My family was on Team Jesus, Team God. You know, I didn't think Jesus was on my side at all. You know what I mean? That's why this is confusing. You know what I mean? So part of me's like, see me as a bad guy, so he kicked me to the curb. You know? But he doesn't. You know? He's like, Jesus is like, I know who you were before you were born. You were once a good guy. God damn it. Jesus is like, you were once a good guy. God damn it, and I know it. Yeah, I feel that's true. Like Jesus is like, you were once a good guy, and I know it. God damn it, and I'm gonna prove it that you are a good guy. I'm gonna prove it. That's what Jesus is trying to do right now. I'm gonna prove to the whole world that you are a good guy. God damn it. Without Jesus cussing, you know what I mean? He's like, I don't care what you show to the world. I don't care. I'm gonna prove that you are a good guy at the core, and you always were. I'm gonna help you remember that you are one of the good guys. You know, because I knew you. Jesus knew me before I was born. He knew me, and he knew I was a good guy. I was one of the good guys before I was born. God damn it. Yeah. Definitely taking the heat like I was one of the good guys back in the day. Definitely taking the heat. Someone's like, you defended Jesus before you were born. And I'm like, that makes sense. That makes sense. Because this life has been hell on earth. I must have done something for Jesus before I was born. Big. You know, I must have done something big for him. For my life to be this much hell. You know, targeted since I was a kid, for fuck's sakes. Constantly targeted. You know, who the hell am I? You know, why am I targeted this much? I had to be somebody to Jesus. You know? But at the same time, I'm like, can we switch places? Jesus, can you take my place so you can be targeted, you know, instead of me? You walk the rest of my purpose, you know what I'm saying? Instead of me doing it. But in reality, my purpose hasn't really gotten good yet, in my opinion. Not really. I haven't really done much, you know. I've been targeted a lot, been staying alive, but I haven't done much for like a purpose, you know. I'm not healing the sick, you know. I'm not doing any of that, you know, like Jesus did. I'm not doing any of that, you know. Just been trying to heal myself, but even that seems impossible to heal myself, you know. So I'm like looking at Jesus to heal me the rest of the way, but it doesn't seem that's a quick fix either, you know. That's what sucks. Even with Jesus, it's not a quick fix. Like, God damn it, you know. That's what's frustrating. But anyway, getting off topic, but people think that, like I said before, people think they know what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, no, you're thinking of what you're supposed to be doing for God, not me. God knows I have a certain way of doing things, a certain style. He made me this way. You know what I mean? I can't do things like other people do. I can't. You know, it just bogs me down. And I'm just like, this ain't working. You know. So my style may be pretty rough. You know, for helping God, and maybe and this is what I learned in the Father Stu movie. He's like, maybe the people need a gangster instead of an actual priest, a proper priest. You know what I mean? Because God knows I'm not a proper religious person, not a proper priest, not a proper prophet of any. You know what I mean? Not that kind of ideal. What people think of, what people expect. That's what I'll say. What people expect as a man of God. I'm nothing like that. God knows that. I'm pretty rough. I'm pretty cut to the quick. I'm pretty hardcore. I am. And I got to remember that. I'm just like, I can't be one of the priests. Pastors, I can't be like them. I'm nothing like them, you know. Even if I tried, you know. Can't make myself into somebody else just to please everybody else, you know. You know, even I'd be miserable, you know. So it's like, if I have to listen to heavy metal to get through church on the way back from church, to get through it the day after church, I'll do it. Because I got to feel like I have to balance the good with the bad, you know. Too much Christianity is overload for me. I have to counter it with heavy metal. Just too much overload. God knows it's true. I've done that my whole life. I'm like, this is too much church, too much purity, too much church. Got to counter it with some heavy metal. It's too much, you know. Balance it out, you know. I've been that way my whole life, 100%. To cope with church, I listen to heavy metal. You know, the monotony, the boredom, you know. But I don't know. So God knows who he's dealing with, you know what I'm saying? He does. Better than anybody. God knows who he's dealing with me. He does. For sure. Yeah. He knows how to utilize me for his benefit. Like I said, I can reach people that nobody can. I can. I know I can. You know? You know, I've been through so much shit, I can help anybody. You know? You know, I've been through more than a pastor has in like one weekend, you know? You know, fighting demons in one weekend. I've been through what more than one pastor has. Any pastor, you know? You know? God knows that is true. I fight more opposition in one weekend than any pastor does in his whole life, you know. You know, it's true, you know. Like all the pastors are probably sitting comfortably at home watching movies with their family right now. I'm being targeted as a lone wolf. You know what I mean? God knows it too. But anyway, doesn't matter. Like I said, going to the Christian churches is the last resort. It does feel like last resort for me, for sure. I need the support. I don't have any family, you know. I need any kind of support to push me, keep pushing me, basically, to keep me going. A reason for me to keep going. Anything to keep me going. You know? Because in my opinion, I don't really have a reason to be here. And from my perspective, I don't have much of a reason to be here other than God won't take me out. You know, I'm here because God won't take me out. 100%. That's why I'm here. He won't take me out in my sleep like I want. So I'm here because God won't take me out. That's it. You know, I have no other reason to be here. You know, I accomplished everything I wanted to on the planet already. God knows that. I have nothing else to accomplish on this planet. You know, besides maybe, you know, have wife and kids. I've never done that. You know, God knows that as well. Never had a family of my own, you know, on this planet. Never. So, I've never been like, hey, honey, I'm home. What's for dinner? How was Timmy's day at school today? God knows I've never had that existence in this life. I've never had that. He knows that. I've never had that peaceful life of like, honey, I'm home. You know, how was Timmy's day at school? Maybe I'll name my kid Timmy. You know, I just thought that if I do have a kid, I'll name him Timmy. You know, it came to me for some reason. You know, came to me for some reason. Maybe I'll name my kid Timmy if I have a boy. You know, can't believe I'm thinking about me actually having kids as a possibility on this planet. You know what I mean? But I am. You know. Like I said before, someone was saying, why would you want to have a family when the rapture's coming? You know? Like I said before, God ain't going to rapture me. He isn't. I know that 100%. I don't care how righteous I become. I don't care if I'm the most righteous man on the planet. God ain't going to rapture me. And I feel like I got a strong yes to that just now. 100%. He ain't going to rapture me. Even if I was like the most righteous man on the planet, he isn't going to rapture me out of here. So I might as well start a family of my own. If I'm going to be here, I want a family of my own. Basically, I do. I don't want to be here just flying solo. You know? Fuck that shit, you know? Flown solo long enough, you know? I have, you know? God knows it. I've flown solo long enough. You know? I'm gonna name my boy Timmy, goddammit. I'm gonna name my son Timmy. And he's gonna be a good boy. The apple of my eye. The apple of his father's eye. Yeah. Good old Timmy. But I was watching a movie about, you know, I don't know if you've seen this movie before. It's called I Can Only Imagine. I watched this movie because I'm fighting through father stuff always. You know, I'm trying to fight through father stuff. In that movie, I Can Only Imagine. That singer that made that song, I Can Only Imagine, you know, had a rough upbringing with his father. You know what I mean? Like I did with mine. So I can relate to it. Especially he got a plate smashed over his head in the movie. That happened to me, you know? So I can really relate to how things went, you know? And he liked music. The music got him through his upbringing. Same with me. Music got me through my upbringing 100%. Music and other things. Dragon Ball Z, yeah. Video games got me through my upbringing 100%. You know, that's the only way I made it. You know. But so I was watching that movie and like, because his father's trying to crush his dreams, basically. Kind of like my father tried to crush me. Any anything I liked, he saw as stupid. Basically. I liked Dragon Ball Z, he saw it as stupid. I like video games, he saw it as stupid. Wasting my damn time, that kind of shit. But I like these things, god damn it. So you're crushing everything that I like. And I didn't like anything that he liked, like religion. I hated religion. Church, I hated church. I don't like anything that he likes. But so he's making fun of everything that I like and thinks I'm the screw up, fuck him. So I'm going through that. I'm trying to overcome that shit. Because in the movie, like he's still running from his father. When he's an adult, he's still running from him, like I am. That's why I watch the movie. Because he lets what his father did to him affect him as an adult. Like it's what my father did to me affect me as an adult. Same thing. God knows that has to. There's a reason why I don't think there's any hope ever for me. There's a reason for that. Because I was treated that way. I was treated like there was never hope for me. God knows that. I was treated like there was, I would never amount to anything. I deserve to be buried under the rug forever. That's where I belonged, under the rug, where no one could find me, no one could see me. Basically, God knows that's true. Underneath the manure, that's where they wanted me forever. So if you're treated like that, I get it. More than you know. More than you know. So, but I feel like Jesus knows what that's like. Seems like he knows what that's like to be treated so badly. Apparently he does know what that's like. It's like he knows what it's like to be treated the worst. So of course he knows what it's like. So it seems, even though I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe that Jesus exists. The one that's been through more shit than me. I don't want to believe that Jesus exists. I want to think about Jesus like some guy too high and mighty for me. Way up in the sky. Too good to help me out. That's how I want to see him. But he's not like that. He's not. If he was, I wouldn't be alive still. It's like I said, I can't get Jesus to kill me, basically. I can't get him to do that. So instead of that, I just go to church. You're not gonna kill me. I'll go to church. I'll go to Christian church. God damn it! If you're not gonna take me out, you see hope. Let's see. Let's go to the Christian church and let's see this hope. But it does seem like people like me though. Even if it may be love bombing, I don't know. I think I can tell the difference between genuineness and love bombing. I think so. Fakeness and realness. I think I can tell the difference now. So, John's really genuine. Very genuine. So, I definitely pay attention to when he's talking to me. But I don't know if I said this in the video already, but whenever somebody's treating me kindly or decently, like for real, treating me good, like for real, I think of this line in Dragon Ball Z. Always lines from Dragon Ball Z. There's a line in there that's like, kindness they showed a monster, basically. How I see myself as a monster. People showed kindness to a monster, something like that. And like, because I do remember those things, kindness to me, even though I may see myself as a monster, I remember those acts of kindness to me. I do. Even long after, I remember the acts of kindness to me. To the point where if I come across them again, I'll help them out, you know what I mean? Because of their acts of kindness to me at my desperate need, Basically, I remember that. Basically. And God knows I remember that kind of thing. It's all in the mind. I remember who's treated me well in the past, So if they're dying out in the street and I see it, I come to the rescue, basically. I would, And God knows I would, But a part of me thought that was all I was good for, was just to make one sacrifice to save somebody, at the cost of my own life, basically. But a part of me's like, sees me staying alive as a sacrifice for God, because He knows I don't want to be here. So it is a sacrifice for me to be alive for God. It is. I'm giving up my life in a way for God to be alive still. 100% I am. I just thought of that. I'm giving up my life for God. Like taking an energy blast for Him, to protect Him, basically. I'm giving up my life in a different way than what Jesus did, in a totally different way. Totally different way. I'm giving up my life. Because I don't want to be here, but I am. I keep going anyways, even though I don't want to be here. So I'm giving up my life in that way, in reverse. It's like reverse suicide. It is. I don't want to be here, but I'm living anyways because God wants me here. It's like reverse suicide. 100%. I just thought of that. Sacrifice myself in reverse. Yeah. But anyway. I think that's all I want to say for this video. But I never know how things are going to work out, but God wants me alive. So I know somehow God will make things work out because God wants me alive. You know what I mean? So I know that. I have to remember that. If I'm alive right now, God wants me alive. So He'll make things work out so I stay alive still. He will. So since He's been keeping me alive for the last 10 years, He's been keeping me alive. I must be doing something beneficial for Him already, for Him to continue my life. You know what I mean? To keep it going. Because I was told if God wanted me dead, He would make me dead. He would. So apparently I'm doing something for Him still. That's still beneficial for Him. For God to keep me on the planet still. I'm still doing something beneficial that He sees. Something for Him to keep me going on the planet. Keep me alive. He sees it as beneficial still. So that's how I'm still alive. 100%. And it doesn't matter how much I can try to convince Him I shouldn't be here. It doesn't matter. He sees a benefit still to keep me alive on the planet. You know what I mean? So He's continuing it. So So I think about like if God's allowing all these like actual evil, wicked people to live, He should allow me to live. You know, I don't feel like I'm as bad as a lot of them out there that I've come across. I don't think so. So I think He knows. Despite my issues with Jesus throughout my life, I think I would jump in front of an energy blast to protect Jesus, even though He doesn't need it. Yeah, that kind of thing. I think I would. Yeah, dive in front of a energy blast to protect Jesus. I think I would do that. Not because I want to die, because I would want to protect Him. I think He knows I would do that. Yeah, even though everyone's like, you wouldn't do that when the time really came. With all your Jesus issues. Your problems with Jesus. I may surprise you. I may surprise you. You know what I mean? At the last second, I might defend Jesus full force. I might surprise you. I might surprise everybody. In the end, with all my Jesus issues throughout my whole life, I might surprise everybody and defend Jesus at the most critical moment in human history. I might defend Him. You never know. Only God can see the future. Because I remember the kindness He shows me. He showed me. He's shown a bad guy, a former bad guy, someone that thought he was bad his whole life. I know. I acknowledge the kindness that Jesus has shown me. I acknowledge it. So even though I don't deserve it at all, so I might surprise everybody at the most critical time in human history and stand up for Jesus full force, defend Jesus full force. I might surprise everybody the last second. the the one guy everybody thought was evil, the one guy everybody thought was bad, the one guy everybody thought was just nuts, defends Jesus at the most critical point. When everybody walked away from Jesus, I'm the one that's still standing there. I might surprise everybody. You know what I mean? I might. And God knows I might. I might. That me, instead of anybody else, is the one that's standing between the onslaught, between me and Jesus. Because in a way, I feel like I'm standing in between the onslaught between me and Jesus already. You know what I mean? Like they're targeting me instead of Him right now. I hope He knows that. I hope Jesus knows they're targeting me right now instead of Him. I hope He knows that. Despite my issues with Jesus, and I hope He knows I'm taking the onslaught still. I hope He knows that. Despite anything I've said, I'm still taking an onslaught. 100%. Like it's no bullshit. I ain't making it up, and God knows it. Like I said, it doesn't even matter if I say. It doesn't even matter if I say I denounce you, Jesus. It doesn't even matter if I say that. I'm still going to get targeted. I know I am for Jesus. It doesn't matter what I say. I'm like, I don't believe in Jesus. It doesn't matter. I'll still get targeted. I will. God knows I'll get targeted no matter what I say. Even if I say bad things about Jesus, I'll still get targeted by the enemy. I will. Doesn't matter what I say. Good, bad, doesn't matter about Jesus. But I do wish He would come down and take the onslaught for me. I do wish that. You know what I mean? I do. Because I don't think a lot of people understand the onslaught that I go through. Just for breathing, the onslaught I go through. But God is aware. God's aware. I know He is. You know. To all the professionals that don't believe in being targeted, I'm documenting this shit for the public about being targeted. It's real. You know, if you're anybody to God, you're targeted. It's true. You're targeted. If you're anybody to God, you're targeted, 100%. Just like Jesus was targeted on back in the day. You're targeted for like that, in a way, these days. You know, it's real. But I should care more about building up my channel on YouTube and stuff, but things have been so unpredictable, and I'm like, I don't know how things are going to work out anyways, you know, that I'm just like throwing it to the wind. I'm like, who cares about building up a channel? You know what I mean? Who cares anymore? You know, the onslaught's real out here. I don't know if I'm going to make it. For real. I'm like, who cares about the YouTube stuff, you know? I'll make a video when I want, you know? Hope, like, keep hoping that things work out in real life, you know? I feel like the YouTube does help me in real life in a way, you know, helps it get out of me, you know? I better get going. That's all I wanted to say for this video. Yeah. But anyways, that's mainly what happened. Is I checked out the Baptist church today and had an experience. That's what I was saying. I had an experience there. Yeah. Even though I didn't like how it felt like the Mormon church. I didn't like how it felt like that. I went for John, goddammit. That's how I work. I go for anybody that shows me kindness. That's what I do. I go for them, yeah, because of that, you know, like I'll jump in front of an energy blast for them, you know. If they show me kindness, basically, that's how it works. That's how it works, goddammit. You show me kindness, I'll protect you, you know, I'll defend you. Jump in front of an energy blast for you. You know, that's how I work. Not really how Jesus works, though. But that's how I work, you know. Jesus is more the savior type. I'm more the jump in front of the energy blast type, defend you. That's what I realize. That's true, I am. That's where the difference is, you know. That's why it rubbed me the wrong way that Jesus didn't defend me. Because I'm all about defending. I am. 100%. Any sport I played, I'm a defender. 100%. I'm all about defending. 100%. I am. That's how I save people. I defend them. Yeah. That's how I do it. Jesus does it a little different. A lot different. You know what I'm saying? For reasons only He knows. Yeah. His ways are higher than my ways. So His thinking's above my thinking, so He does things His way. I don't get it. I don't get it. Even to this day. Because to me, a savior would have jumped in and like protected me growing up. A savior would have done that, in my opinion, like saved the day, you know. That never happened. So Jesus does things a little different, you know. Yeah. A lot different. He's like saving me later, trying to save me later in life, you know, after all the dust settled, after all the chaos, after all the abuse. Now Jesus saves me. That's how Jesus works now. He saves me after it all. guess. I guess, you know. I don't get it. Yeah, I don't get it, but I'm gonna try to get some rest, you know. Try not to think about it too much, you know. Too much obsessing about why Jesus doesn't do things the way I thought he would. Try not to obsess about it too much, you know. Like, goddamn it, you should have healed me a long time ago. Should have saved me a long time ago, goddamn it, when I was a kid. anyways, that's all.